Collector Archive Services presents Collecting Star Wars. Visit our website at collectorarchive.com for grading, preserving, and custom displays of your collectible toys, video games, and sports memorabilia. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and comment below, and subscribe to our channel for more awesome collector videos.
Hi everybody, this is John. You might know me better from my ultra awesome YouTube channel called The Action Figure Grader. For some silly reason, Collector Archive Services chose me to do their next video. Collector Archive Services even sent me this awesome t-shirt to make sure I come across as partial and as biased as possible. I guess Collector Archive Services got tired of Chris Whitlock doing all of their videos, so they chose me, someone with less collecting knowledge, but someone much better looking. While most of us had easy access to the licensed Kenner figures during the heyday of the Star Wars era in the 1980s, there were many countries that did not have these licensed figures. And so as a result, these countries produced their own unlicensed bootleg Star Wars figures. So, without further ado, let's take a look at the top 5 little-known facts about Star Wars bootlegs. Number 1 on the list is poverty and politics. What do I mean by that? Well, some countries were just too poor to have access to the licensed figures. So countries like Mexico produced a wide range of bootlegs, ranging from unarticulated to articulated, with lots of different wacky colors. I feel really bad for those kids in those countries that did not have access to such iconic figures like General Madine. Just as poverty played a pretty dramatic role in the creation of bootlegs, politics also played a pretty major role. The Cold War was in full effect in the 1980s, and one of the countries that produced a wide range of bootlegs includes Poland. Their bootlegs range from the early 1980s all the way until mid-1990s, across 3 different generations, and the colors are all over the map. They made both articulated and unarticulated bootlegs. Russia was also involved in bootlegs, but they got into the game fairly late. The Star Wars film did not premiere in Russia until I think 1991, so as a result, the bootleggers got kind of a late start there. One of the big companies there, called Oratet Limited, produced a wide range of bootlegs, starting with the silver AT-AT driver, followed by bootlegs that were made based on the Power of the Force 2 figures made by Kenner and Hasbro in the mid-1990s all the way into the 2000s. Some of the examples include Yoda, Chewbacca, Darth Vader, and Bosk. Number 2, the colors. While there are many bootlegs from the 1980s and 1990s that very closely resemble their Kenner counterparts, there are many, many more that have wild and crazy colors. It's an infinite collectability when it comes to colors. It's a virtual kaleidoscope. Are you tired of collecting Luke in his Hoth outfit? Well, why don't you try Luke in his Goth outfit? Are you feeling patriotic right now? Well, why don't you seek out Weequay in his 4th of July colors? Many collectors actually seek out those strange color combinations, and those unique colors can often command big dollars. While a lot of the bright bootlegs are awfully pretty to look at, some are just downright ugly. Ugh! Somebody get Lando his Skiff Guard helmet. Number 3, the packaging. Bootlegs in the 1980s and 1990s sported a wide assortment of different baggies with header cards that either stole directly from the licensed figures, or they had psychedelic artwork that just blows the mind. I've included a number of examples here that I've sent to CAS over the years, or that CAS has preserved for other collectors. Just look at Chewbacca and Leia. Oh man, somebody needs to go back to art school. The 2 Polish examples I show here are unused card backs displayed with Polish figures. Some of the most famous card backs are from Turkey by SB Products in the late 1980s. We'll dive into those in number 4. Number 4. No bootleg discussion would be complete without talking about the amazing bootlegs that came out of Hungary and Turkey. The Hungarian bootlegs came out in about 1987 and are known for having weak welding, thumbs that break off, but are generally pretty close approximations to the licensed figures. The card back art on the Hungarian bootlegs is pretty incredible. Lots of varied colors, and the figures were usually stapled to a card back. There were about a dozen figures or so in the Hungarian line, including Han Solo, Princess Leia, Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, Wicket, and a biker scout, among others. Looking at all these Hungarian bootlegs is making me hungry, you know what I'm saying? The Turkish bootlegs, made by SB Products in 1988 or so, are some of the most highly sought-after bootlegs, and they are very high quality. Sometimes, to the untrained eye, it's very difficult to tell apart between a licensed figure and an Uzays Turkish bootleg. Carded examples, like you see here, can go for many thousands of dollars. Even just some of the accessories and weapons for some of these bootlegs can go for 5 figures or more. The SB Products Turkish bootleg card backs are known for some of their hilarious depictions of the figures using everyday items. The Imperial Gunner is especially funny because he's playing with a calculator on the card back. One Creative Collector Archive Services customer actually sent in an Uzays Imperial Gunner and had it displayed with the same model calculator that was seen on the card back. Last but certainly not least is the close-knit community. There are a number of Facebook groups devoted to bootlegs, and I've found the groups to be welcoming and very patient with idiots like me who are just trying to learn the ropes. There's a wealth of knowledge out there, and some of these collectors have been collecting for years, since the 1990s, and they have incredible collections. There are many collectors that only collect the unlicensed bootleg Star Wars figures and don't collect the retail figures at all. One collector even wrote a definitive guide on the unlicensed Polish bootlegs. It's a fantastic book, and I never would have found it if not for the Facebook groups. It dives into the history of the Polish bootlegs and shows different color variations broken down by character as well as by generation, first, second, third, and so on. The information is there, and the opportunity is there for anyone who wants to educate themselves about this awesome, small genre of Star Wars collecting. You just gotta go out and seek it. So there you have it. This is my top 5 little-known facts about Star Wars bootlegs. This is basically a bootleg 101 type of video, and it barely scratches the surface of all the different options that are out there. But I hope you enjoyed it. I want to thank Collector Archive Services for allowing me to video this. And just remember, Collector Archive is always there in case you have some bootlegs that you need to preserve. I hope that everyone had as much fun watching this as I did putting it together. But most importantly, let's hope that the bootleg groups on Facebook don't ban me after seeing this ridiculous video. Thanks again for watching, and we'll be back soon.